Dear friends, today we'll look at loops in Python: for loop, while loop, if loop, elif loop, and so on. The, in the first step, let's initialize a list of numbers. So we have a list called numbers, and it has 5 elements, which are 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. Now, in order to define a for loop using this list, we can have something like for number in numbers. So the number here is a variable, and the number refers to the name of the list. So when we are saying for number in numbers, we are referring to each element in the list. Now we define another variable result, and we have number times 2, where this is an operator, number times 2. So what happens when the list, and then we print uh, the number, and so the number multiplied by 2 is the result. We print this. So I'll come to the print part later, but let's run the loop. So what happens when the loop starts? It first goes to the first element, which is 5, and then the result is 5 times 2, 10, stored in the variable result, and then it sprints. Now see something very interesting here. You have within the parenthesis of the print function, you have something f, and you have number which is in curly braces, inside curly braces, and you have result also inside curly braces. Now I just read a little bit on what this says. It says that f strings, also known as formatted strings literals, are a feature introduced by Python 3.6 that provides a concise and convenient way to format strings. They make it easier to embed variables and expressions inside strings without the need for complicated string concatenation or formatting features. The f string is enclosed in the outermost quotes, either single or double quotes, with an f prefix before the opening quote. So before the opening quotes, you see you have double quotes here, and so what you got in double inverted commas, and you within that it is you have the string, and within that string you have the number, which is a variable, and this is within curly braces, and you have a result also, which is variable within the curly braces. So when you have the first element 5, so 5 multiplied by 2, 10. So if you run the whole thing, so 5 number multiplied by 2 is 10. And then it goes to the next one. 10 multiplied by 2 is 20, 25 multiplied by 2 is 30, and so on. It goes up to 25. 25 multiplied by 2 is 50. Okay, now let's go to the while loop. So what happens when I'm going to the wrong thing? Okay, so what happens when you have a while loop trying to output the same result? So again, we have a list called numbers, and that list is 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. And then using this while loop, we will try to do the same thing what we did before. So we define a variable index, which is 0, and we say that when index is less than the length of the numbers, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 here, so it starts from 0 less than 5, number is equal to numbers, which is referring to the list, times index, which is 0 to start with. So you have numbers 0, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's how it goes, right? So the numbers 0 would refer to 5, the element 5, the first element, which is 5. So the number variable will store 5, and the result variable will be 5 times 2, which is 10. And we print it in the same way, which is that formatted string. Inside the double quotes, you have the curly braces storing the variable number and another one storing the variable result. And you increase the index by 1. So this index plus equal to 1 is nothing but index equal to index plus 1. So you start with index 0, but then you go to index 1 and you go all the way till it is less than 5. So you have 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, which covers all of the elements. And therefore, using this while loop, you get 5 multiplied by 2 is 10. And then it goes all the way to the last element, 25 multiplied by 2 is 50. So that's what while loops and for loops are. And you'll get everything in the description so that you can try it yourself. And now let's come to the if, elif, and else loop. Okay, so if, elif, and else loop, how do they work? Same way, you have a list called numbers. It has 5 elements, 5, 10, 15, 20, and 25. And then what we are trying to do here is to classify each element and say whether it is an even, whether it is divisible by 3 but not even, and not even and not divisible by 3. So let's start with the first number. So again, we have a for loop defined for number in numbers. Numbers refer to the list name and number refer to the element in the each element in the list. So you start with 5. So if 5 percentage 2, percentage here referring to the remainder. So if you divide 5 by 2, you get what? You have 1 as a remainder, right? 2 times 2 is 4, 1 is remainder. So that one remainder, if it is not 1, if it is only 0 as a remainder, then it is even. So then you go to the next one. So if it is not if, then it is elif, else if basically. So we shorten it up, we abbreviate it as elif. And so 5 divided by 3, is it 0? No, it's 2. So else number 5, so 5 is not even and not divisible by 3. So that's what it should be. 5 is not even and not divisible by 3. Now let's take up the next number 10. Number 10 divided by 2 leaves no remainder. It's 5, no remainder. So therefore number 10 is even. And we state here the number 10 is even. 10 is even. Then you go to the next one, 15 divided by 2 leaves a remainder, so it doesn't, not even. Divided by 3, it's 5, no remainder. That means this one works. So that means it says 15 is divisible by 3 but not even. 15 is divisible by 3 but not even. Now let's go to 20. 20 divided by 2, no remainder. So 20 is even. And the last one, 25 divided by 2 leaves a remainder. Divided by 3 leaves remainder. Else, so if this one doesn't work, it goes to next one, elif. And if that even doesn't work, go to the else, and you say that 25 is not even and not divisible by 3. Friends, that's all for this video, and hope you liked it. Please do subscribe. We'll come out with more interesting videos, but more importantly, do give your comments and share the video. And good day to you all. and happy learning. Bye.